Hello there, it's 2:51. This is 93.9 KPDQ, and that little bit of music you just heard, that was Dr. David Day on the guitar. Hey, good job. Anyway, this is the Northwest Showcase, and we're putting the spotlight on Day Chiropractic this afternoon. Dr. David Day is here. You can check out his website, find out more about what he does at daychiropractic.com, daychiropractic.com. Dr. Day uses a whole person approach, and definitely more than chiropractic care, because he offers corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, nutritional counseling, and like he said just a few minutes ago, I don't want to use the word crazy, but he will get to the bottom of what is going on with you and why you're feeling a certain way.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. And you know, Mary's a good example. She just called in with the bursitis in one of her hips. So how do you deal with that? Right, you really have to, and so I've learned in medicine what they do is they say, oh, you have bursitis, and so they'll give you an anti-inflammatory. There's a whole they'll go through a fairly logical kind of box. They put you in a box, and then they give you they follow the protocol for that box. Well, the problem is she's probably already tried most of that stuff, right? And still giving her troubles. So then we have to have somebody who thinks outside the box, and that's often where I find myself, because. You know, and so it's kind of interesting. You know, you can almost hear the hesitation in her voice a little bit, because, you know, to come in, it's like, no, doctor, it's this hip. You know, this is, you know, that sort of thing. Well, I need to check everything, right? So I'll look. You know, I mentioned the heart rate variability. You go, well, why? So someone says, why am I sticking my face? It's like taking a lie detector test. Well, why am I doing that? Well, we know that healthy people have a variable heart rate. What difference is that? It's my hip. Did you not? You know, what part of my left hip don't you hear, right? But what we're trying to understand is the system and how your body functions. Like, I've got one article here about the effect of spinal manipulation on pain by creating a anti-inflammatory cytokine interleukin 10. So they wanted to say if we give, so they take a rat and they make a problem in the rats.
Okay.
Basically back to choke off the nerve.
Right.
And then they measure the rat's paw to see kind of if it feels pain, that sort of thing. And what they were able to determine is, after they adjust that area of the back where they make that artificial problem, the pain in the rat's paw, didn't hurt him as much. So adjusting the back made the pain decrease. All right, so you go, well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is.
So another article that I had, and so I'm sitting at this weekend at this conference, and it's really kind of cool to actually have several of these studies kind of cited and say, go back and look at what's been published. I mean, there's really some, because a lot of times you wonder, am I just crazy, or why does this sound so novel? This makes so much sense. But for people, it's like sometimes you have to have it actually analyzed and so here is a study that was done the first in-human study shows the vagus nerve stimulation significantly reduces rheumatoid arthritis symptoms. So here is a study, they stimulated one of the cranial nerves, right? This vagus nerve that travels throughout all the organs and things like that. When they stimulated that, it reduced the severity of the rheumatoid arthritis. You go, well, that's really weird. So arthritis can be affected by improving the nerve and stimulating the nerve. You go, wow, that's really, really interesting. So regardless where you're feeling the pain, or regardless what the problem is, so we want to think about what's kind of the obvious stuff, like on her hip. Well, her leg length may be off. Well, and I have found the bursitis, and sometimes it's on the hip that's short, sometimes it's in the hip that's long. I don't care. It doesn't, it's just that's where the symptom is manifesting. Either way, we've got to find a way to balance out that and balance the pelvis, balance the spine, get the nerves working. And as we do that, then the symptoms subside. Now, the last thing we want to do is take away the symptom without fixing the problem, right? So it's just like if you have a smoke detector that goes off when you burn the toast. Yeah, you can fix it by taking the battery out. Well, but then you lose the warning of a smoke. The reason we have a smoke detector is if our house is on fire, it will wake us up and we'll get escape, right?
Yeah,
So the last thing that she needs from me is and it may be that the only symptom in her body is that the hip is painful. That may be a warning signal to us that there's something else going on. So by me taking a whole body, I can talk about being a whole body approach and things like that. by taking a more comprehensive and thorough assessment, we can actually look and see where problems are and maybe identify areas that need some attention that she wasn't even aware. She might have a curve reversal and degenerative arthritis in her neck. Well, her neck might not be hurting her, or she might have just gotten used to it, so she's almost disregarding it. But this hip, that's what's bothering her, you know. But it may be that what she really needs is some work on the neck to really fix that up, and that will then, she'll start feeling younger again, and those sorts of, that's probably, you know, that might be what she really needs from me.
Right,
so
right.
I had to be prepared to step into whatever it is that the person needs. Sometimes it's not what they came for, but often if it's what they need, then I need to have a real frank conversation with that patient. And most people are very grateful after that. Sometimes, you know, sometimes when you're told something you don't want to hear, you don't want to hear it, you know, and I understand that. I'm that way myself. So, you know, but at least I'll do the courtesy of trying to do a careful workup and figure out if you know what you need and how does what I have to do fit in. And sometimes it's not a chiropractic problem. If it's not a chiropractic problem, then we can help them find their way through, you know, get to somebody who can really provide what they need.
Now you have a special that
Yes.
is underway right now. Tell us about that.
So we're going to call it the uncorking special. Say you want to be uncorked, and we'll laugh. For $65, we'll take the full workup. I'll do the assessment we talked. I'll take the X-rays, and it's great. It's going to be for the next couple of weeks. So we're doing that in honor of the Festival of Nations. So if you're looking for something to do Sunday afternoon, out on Division Street, about 148th by Duke's Country Bar, out in the parking lot of that, we're going to have it's the largest actual festival in East County. So there'll be thousands of people there, and please pray for sun up until about 5, or why don't you pray while you're praying? Pray till 6. That'll give us a chance to get all torn down and stuff before the rain starts. So that would be greatly appreciated from our perspective. And there'll be music, and there's all sorts of, you know, it's one of those, it's a fun place to bring the family, and it doesn't cost anything to come and just be part of our community, and I'm the president of the Midway Business Association, so I'll be there to greet you and be happy you're here and that sort of thing too.
Let me give out your phone number, 503-760-7572. That is the phone number for Dr. David Day, Day Chiropractic. That is his practice, 503-760-7572, or you can just check out their website, daychiropractic.com. Thank you, Dr. Day.
Thank you.
It's good to hear from you, good to hear from your new guitar. And our Northwest Showcase was brought to you by Day Chiropractic here on 93.9 KPDQ. Have a good day.
And that's my mother would say, and be a good day.
And be a good day.